Gate 14 podcast. We are back. Heartbreak weekend. Some may say Avery still has the Japanese flag in the back. A little bit screwed up, if you ask me, but it's fair. Avery, how are we feeling post Sasaki? He's a bum. He's a bum.
No, fuck him for real. God, if we just think about the timeline, fuck him. We weren't even in the 5 teams he listed. And then it's just like, oh, they're in. Fucked everything. Fuck him for stringing us along.
He's a bum.
It's not him. It's his agent. But fuck those guys is where I'm at.
Yeah, and listen, this is where I'm at with it because I'm almost positive. Like last week, we were talking about it. We're like, oh, the Jays aren't even like finalists. Like, oh, thank God. You know, it's like we won't have to hear the Jays were finalists for this big free agent. And then on fucking Monday, the Jays are the 3-team finalists for Roki Sasaki. It's like this is what Roki Sasaki did. He had the Blue Jays were his ex-boyfriend that is a blue-collared guy. It's like The Notebook. Blue-collared guy, not rich, not a safe, secure family or situation. And he chose the rich husband with the rich family. He's a Nepo baby. That's what he chose. He ran away from the grind. And you could say, oh, cope this, cope that. Sure, we're coping. But listen, you ran from the grind. There's no other way to talk about it. You were scared of the grind.
Yeah, and after screwed, I can't believe all the shit they spewed about him before.
Oh my God, he wants to play in a small market,
carve his own path. Fuck,
and Matt Stafford fumble again.
Fuck you guys, honestly. Fuck you guys.
But Avery, he wants to play in a small market.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like the media. The media in the world will not be watching the Dodgers. I think it was a really good choice for Sasaki.
I actually listen. I hate his guts.
I wish bad things for him.
Yeah. It's like, listen, I'm not wishing injury. We're not going to go that far. I wish he just gets fucking shelled.
Oh my God.
Every day. And the poor, quiet Roki Sasaki has to look back and be like, oh man, this media is being awfully mean to me. Awfully mean to me. It's just, I don't know, man. And obviously we're joking, but we call ourselves cucks. This dude's the biggest cuck of them all. I mean, he's like the third wheel.
He might be the king of them all.
Yamamoto and you, buddy. You are the biggest cuck. You go wherever Daddy Ohtani tells you to go. That's what you do.
I remember it had to have been multiple months ago where I said, if they sit down with Ohtani and Yamamoto and talk, how in the world does he go anywhere else? When money doesn't really matter.
But apparently Ohtani was driving the bus the entire time, it says in the fucking thing. You see that article?
As he should be. That's just good stuff. You should have your...
I'm not going to fault... we talk almost all the time. Why wouldn't you want to play for the goddamn Dodgers?
Yes.
They just got Tanner Scott. This is where I'm at. It's like, I am so dumb for believing, and I say this every fucking time, but why... How can we not believe when we're hearing the Jays are in the top 2? What are we going to do? Just mute the word Blue Jays on Twitter?
Yeah, the straw deal.
Oh my God.
As soon as that happened, I was like, okay, we're here. We have the most bonus money. I thought that was it.
Well, money doesn't matter now to
No, he only signed for 6. I heard the Padres were going to give him 10. And they didn't even make it to the final 2.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to hate to hear this. If Ross Atkins didn't try and get more bonus money, he'd also be laughed out of the gym.
Oh, my God. And I know people are going to say we're Ross Atkins apologists. Would you rather the guy not try?
Yeah, no.
I know everyone.
He made a dumb fucking move.
Oh, Avery.
Yeah, the move. Avery. The move, looking back on, is fucking atrocious.
He traded for a legit worse option than Bradley Zimmer.
Yes.
Just so we're clear. But,
he did.
Again, with everything up there in the air, it's like you really traded for that's how much Ross Atkins believed he traded for fucking Myles Straw.
Okay, but if they were clearly the two, let's go through. BK helped me out with this. I was like, who are some kind of guys who were IFAs like Ohtani and Roki? And he's like, really no one. You said Moncada did it, and then before it was the posting stuff. Different though. He was not a pro already. I'm like guys who are big names before they come over. It was like it's Roki and Otani. And if trading, we on this podcast say a million times, fuck money. Who
Oh
fucking
yeah,
cares?
yeah.
And it was dumb as fuck. It gets them over the tax, I think. But at this point, fucking spend it all. Who cares?
And dude, this is
I'm in
where I'm
that
at with this
point.
because we were gaslit by, again, there are guys on Sportsnet, but we were told they have this very small budget in this offseason. Let me make this very clear. They do not have a small budget this offseason. If you are soaking $11 million of dead cap on goddamn Myles Straw, all right? We do not have a small budget this offseason. And you know what? You just bought the car. You might as well just get all the accessories. Bring me everyone now.
Yeah.
Like, just rip the band-aid off, Ross, because I'm telling you, and I'm halfway believing with this. This Myles Straw move could very well be like the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm not gonna. That's the last dad joke I'm gonna make on this podcast. But like, God, what a terrible move, Avery. Like Myles Straw. Like I was gonna ask Luplo to get him on the podcast and like Ernie and stuff. It's like, to be honest with you, man, I don't even want this. Like this dude's just bad. Like the meanest thing they did, Avery, they assigned his ass to New Hampshire.
Well, that doesn't really matter,
I know.
but it was funny to see that. Yeah. He had in the minors a 72 weighted runs created plus in AAA this year.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. It's so funny. He's got to be hating that he's back in the spotlight after
he was so far out of it. He's in Cleveland. No one really cares.
But then he got DFA'd, right?
And now he could have been the hero. We could have been like, thank you, Myles Straw.
Yeah.
You got us Sasaki. Now he's like the scapegoat for Ross. Everyone's roasting.
So where I want to put people is fuck, it's so hard to do, and you might call me an idiot. We're just right back to where we were 6 days ago. No less than a week.
Yeah.
No less than a week ago.
Well,
and
with a little bit more money on the books.
And Sasaki, yes, a little more money. Sasaki's in the fucking National League. Sure, no one's gonna.
You don't got to see him till November.
Exactly. Like, you can win games in the American League. You can win games in the American League East still. There's, like, they got strung along, and that was just mean, honestly, at that point. The Myles Straw deal was cat shit, and they will get flack for that forever. But again, if you were trying to get a once-in-a-generation prospect to make minor league money for 3 years, and all you had to lose was $1 million or $11 million, in hindsight, when you're spending $300 million, it's out of, like, you want Roki Sasaki, and if that's what they thought it might get him over the hump,
yeah,
that's what he tried to do. No shit, these guys are desperate. And there's like, yeah, it's reeking of a desperate.
Well, that showed the cards. Like that showed, like, oh, these dudes are desperate.
But then we go to like a Santander where the talks have picked up, and they haven't gone to his side and tried to get his money right yet. So it's like, how obviously you want to be desperate for Roki Sasaki. Every single baseball team wanted to be desperate for Sasaki. The Tampa Bay Rays were going to be in on him. That's how bad everyone had a chance. And we're back to square one. Nothing's changed since a week ago. If you can take that out of your mind.
Wish we didn't have to experience it though, I'll say it.
Yeah, no, it sucks. It's so shit. And these are like once in a lifetime players coming. And we miss out. Like, how do you get clowned? The only one where I'm fine with accepting it, and I'm not even thinking it's the problem, is the Corbin Burns one.
Yeah.
Because Otani, Sasaki, Soto. Think about those three names as baseball players on the world stage. Sorry you came second for three of the best players to ever hit the market.
And again, this is my thing, Abe. It's like, how do I say this? Because I know people are going to call me Rogers Shill. Would you rather not be involved? Like, I don't get where these people are coming from. Like, if you bring in, let's say the Jays have a different GM, does it make a difference? Do they get Otani? Do they get Sasaki? Like,
no, they don't.
I just don't know where these people are coming from. And I guess I understand you could have your gripes with Ross Atkins. Obviously, 0 playoff wins in 9 years. But to blame Ross Atkins for this Sasaki thing, I can't muster up the courage and stomach doing it, to be honest. I'm not blaming him for it.
No, they get to choose wherever they want to go.
They're grown men.
Sorry, Soto chose the most money ever to go to the Mets, and then sorry Sasaki wanted to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are going to win 140 baseball games this year. And our team was fucking ass last year.
Yeah.
I can't. The only thing you should worry about is the Straw deal being dumb as fuck.
Oh, and it will be a butt end of a lot of jokes, especially from us. But it's just, again, when I saw the Straw notification, like, where do you compare the Straw notification to the Ohtani's on the plane?
No, because I was sleeping during Ohtani's on the plane.
Okay, I was awake for that. So
It was
I
like
will say
it was like 4 o'clock, but I was sleeping.
I will say I had the exact same reaction in my mind, like, oh my God, this is gonna happen.
Yes.
Like,
because I got the text
God.
from you on Ohtani saying, hey, we need to get online. Like, this is happening.
Yeah, well, because they said he's on the plane and they
Yes.
said he's signing, right? Like, again, not to that extent of crazy, but the trading for the Myles Straw, anyone with a brain was kind of like, wow, like, I guess Sasaki's camp was like, if you get a little bit more money, we'll sign with you guys. Like, this is what's gonna take it over.
We had someone in our group chat say they made the trade without knowing anything, and that's when kind of it all went downhill from there. As soon as it took a couple hours after the Straw deal and nothing happened, there was no words. I texted the guys and I said, I feel so much worse than I did 2 hours ago, right after the Straw deal.
Yeah. It's just okay. He runs from the grind, Dave. Sasaki runs from the grind. He's soft. But on that live stream on Friday, I wanted to address this. I did get a text from my the guy that I'm sourced up with. He gives me a decent amount of stuff. There is moves happening this week. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna put my fork in the sand. That's not even a fucking saying. Line in the sand.
I know line in the sand.
I'm not going to put my line in the sand and say what is happening, but I have an inkling on certain things that could be happening. And I'm just saying to Blue Jays fans, just be patient. I'm not in the source game. Like, it's funny. I like to do the call ups and we break the fucking like the arbitration signing stuff like that. I can't get into breaking signings like from actual players and trades. So
yeah, because they'll get it from other people. Just
stay tuned and wait for that. I'm just trust me. That's all I'll say. Just trust me with that. But I'm starting to slowly believe in this team and the American League. Again,
no, you can't like slowly believe in this team as it is right now.
Well, no, for sure.
There's wins out there.
I'm slowly starting to believe in this team in terms of what moves I could see in my mind pulling me back in.
Sure.
Like a Santander move. That would be pretty awesome. Pick up a kind of like a bridge pitcher, like a Max Scherzer to be the 4-5. That I could talk myself into. Like, the American League, Avery, is not that good.
It is not good.
It's really not that good. If you think about it at the end of the day, every good player is in the National League besides Aaron Judge. Right? Is that like crazy? Yeah. Is that a crazy hot take?
Yeah, it's like Bobby Witt, Gunnar Henderson, Judge.
Yeah. Every good AL guy, there's like a handful of like generational good AL players. In the NL, you got goddamn everyone. You got a fucking like, and we saw last year, we saw a Detroit Tigers team make the goddamn division series. Like, baseball is such a thing of randomness where it's like, I've talked myself fully into cope mode of let's be that random team next year. Why not us?
Yeah, the thought I had, it was one of the questions someone put on Twitter. Like, how does Ross save face? And it's not moves anymore. He'll make moves. It's just you got to win. Winning legit fixes everything. It's sports. We know that. Who fucking cares if we came second for Sasaki if we find a way to win a ton of baseball games this year? It can go away. The problem with it's not going away was how bad last season was.
Yeah,
and you continue to get clowned. But if you win, most of these worries people start talking a little bit less about, oh, you suck at your job, you're a joke.
Yeah.
Find a way to win, and all of this can go away.
Then you become the lovable underdogs. I mean, everyone gravitated towards the Detroit Tigers last year. Guardians last year. I mean, not a high payroll. But yeah, it's just with the randomness of baseball, I'm ready to say if we make some of the moves that I think that are going to happen, I can talk myself into like not being optimistic, Johnny, but like let's be fan. I mean, we're fans, man. We're a fan first podcast. Like, why am I going to go into the season saying, "Oh, they're going to win 72 games"? Why am I going to do that? What like what's the point? Then just don't watch the baseball this year. It's like I don't know, man. I'm maybe I'm going into it a little bit more optimistic than I was maybe 3 weeks ago, based on the fact that Ross Atkins is clearly backs against the wall. The
Yeah,
dude went all in.
he's so cooked if this doesn't go well this
Oh,
year.
this is the last year we get Ross Atkins, unless this is a successful win a playoff series type of year.
Yeah,
I think if they don't even make the playoffs, he's done. Like legit done.
I agree. Yeah. I I thought it was last year or after the Minnesota loss. I was like, okay, he's got
But they
one
made the playoffs though. It's
for
like
sure.
yeah, it's hard to fire a GM after your team made the playoffs back-to-back years and you hosted the year before.
It's stupid if you do that.
Yeah, exactly. But this
It,
is it. Like this is it for Ross Atkins, and um, he's clearly going. I mean, again, we got Tanner Scott finalist tweet. That was just clockwork.
he wasn't even a finalist. It
Yeah,
was the
I don't think
Cubs
he
and the
was, but I saw
Dodgers.
the tweet. But I know the Jays were in on Tanner Scott. Um, yeah, just this is the move though, Avery, that I do think makes a lot of sense, and maybe you could talk to me about it. I really love this Max Scherzer idea as a bridge deal until the elite free agent pitching class next year. Is that a crazy hot take?
No, I mean you see what the Orioles got Charlie Morton. Like they should have just done Scherzer too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problems with it at all. The age for pitchers, it's a lot different than the aging curve when it comes to hitters. So I don't mind the Max Scherzer thing at all. Is it going to get me out of my seat? Probably not. Like Max Scherzer,
Is it like 8 years too late? Yeah. Yeah.
of course
It's
of
about eight
course it
years
is. But
too late.
like I think you get more consistency than like you know what you get from Max Scherzer instead of a volatile guy in. I would put Bowden as like who knows what the range of outcomes are him year two.
Yeah.
And then Yariel, you don't have to worry about him 30 starts. That's another issue as well. So I don't mind it at all. Like as a 1 year deal thing. That's why it's I've been explaining Lance Lynn as that, but it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem pivoting to Scherzer for that type of move. And I also I'd be fine on Flaherty for a year.
Me too. I like in my opinion, Abe, there's a lot of options here that the bridge. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, Johnny, you're an idiot, this, that, whatever. But you gotta take a look at this next year's free agent class for pitchers. It is ridiculous. Avery, just name some of them. Dylan
Oh,
Cease, Michael King, right?
yeah, there's a lot of good. I'll go on Sparak and look at it as well, but it's very good. 2020.
And the Jays are getting Bassett off the books next year. They're gonna have 1 year left with Gossman after that. They can spend money on pitchers next year.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like this is a good year to have a bridge. And the Orioles are obviously following that clearly with the Charlie Morton signing. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like Framber Valdez as well, Gallen, Eflin's there as well, Cease, um, like Aaron Savali, he's been okay. Merrill
Yeah.
Kelly as well. Like Gomber, Blackburn, Kopech is a free agent. Paddock, I don't know how you feel about him. Dustin May, yeah, there's some really good ones. Woodruff, I think he could be one as well. I
Yeah.
think they'll just vest his mutual option and make that happen. But there's guys like Chris Sale, Peralta that they could decline a club option. I don't think they will. But it's a very good, very, very good free agent class. And if you want to just look at some of the ages, there's a lot younger starting pitchers, I thought, than this year as well. So yeah, it's a good class. If you want to throw money at Framber Valdez, I think there's a chance that that can happen and be in a good spot. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. I don't know. I really want Santander, man. I think again with the not the pent up aggression, but with the amount of words and not the amount of words, the amount of time it has taken with Santander, I think the notification of him going to another team would hurt the most. Is that a hot take? I think
Um,
that would hurt the most.
no, I think it would hurt. Yeah, like I said, in my brain, he's on the baseball team.
That's what I'm saying. It feel like we already lost him, you know?
Yes. Yeah, we have him penciled hitting behind Vlad already, but that one would hurt. Yeah, how do you do it? Again, it's the Pete Alonso thing having some smoke, which has been very interesting as well. And those Mets rumors pissing me off that they're going to trade for Vladdy. Come
I'm
on.
not even entertaining that anymore, man. It's
I,
just like
I am not. I'm
those
not
fans,
either.
and I get it. Again, playing devil's advocate, I understand. All right. You just signed Juan Soto. Anything is possible in your goddamn mind. You're living in a little fantasy land. Okay. But Vlad is not going to the Mets. Vlad is not signing to the Mets. He
Hopefully
is a
not.
Blue Jay. And I am willing to put my balls on the table and say Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be a Blue Jay forever.
Yeah, that's well until he gets to his next free agent and he's won multiple World Series and he
Yeah.
just wants to go follow his dad's legacy, play for every team his dad did. That would be fun. I'm in a fine spot. We just need to relax. I think take a set. It's baseball. We've known it to be such a crazy sport. We're playing 162 games.
Buddy, the Texas
Fucking
Rangers won the World Series 2 years ago. They won like 80, how many games?
not a lot.
86 games.
The
Like this
Diamondbacks.
sport is baseball is one of the only sports I believe left where there hasn't been back-to-back champions in 20 years.
What was it?
There's a lot of parity in this sport.
The Yankees were the last ones to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of parity in this sport, which is what I'm trying to say. Again, are we going to lose listeners over this or whatever? If we're going to lose listeners for believing in our favorite baseball team, you shouldn't have listened to this podcast then. That's just what it is.
No,
That's
we
where I'm at with it,
agree
man.
that Ross Atkins is probably dumb. Like there's
Yeah,
a
like listen, I think we solved the puzzle of if Ross Atkins is dumb. We solved that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or a couple days ago.
But if he's gonna run our team, I'm gonna watch every single game. And if I just want to beat my head into the wall because Ross Atkins is running the team, I'm gonna drive myself crazier.
Yes.
Why would I want to do that to myself? Like who enjoys doing that?
Well, there's a lot of people that enjoy it.
A lot of people just want to be right. I'm in the business of I like being right as well. And I don't think Ross Atkins is this great executive.
No, I would not put him up there. And the tough thing about Ross Atkins is if this team is bad again this year, this brother better start firing up that LinkedIn.
Oh no, he is getting back into amateur scouting, probably.
He's gonna be working for the lingerie football league scout. Like this dude, if Ross Atkins, if the Jays don't make the playoffs this year, like if I'm Ross Atkins, I go into that locker room spring training and I go, you listen here, motherfuckers. This is it for me. Like, you're not playing for yourself. You are playing for a grown man and a family that relies on this grown man to provide. And if you guys are shit, I'm fucked. Like I am homeless.
Yeah, I put you guys in this room, and if I get fired, it's your fault. That would be great.
It's like I would say, I want you to look all my kids in the eyes and say, I am the reason your daddy is homeless right now. We're eating ramen noodles. That's what I want. Like that's what you should be doing. But yeah, it's Rossi boy. I would love a tell-all. And he has an open invite to this podcast, but I would love a Ross Atkins tell-all of how much sleep he's lost this offseason. Dude.
I would not want to be Ross Atkins in the slightest.
This is the worst jobs in Canada. Obviously, the shit you see when you're a nurse, you're a hero. A forensic investigator. You see
these are the worst jobs.
No, these are like the most gory jobs, like the
Okay.
jobs where it's like you lose sleep at night.
Okay.
You're a nurse, a surgeon, probably a forensic investigator, the GM of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
They're like Ross Atkins. There is not a chicken's dick chance. And I'm telling you, people always talk like, oh, he's not online. He's not online. This motherfucker's online. I am promising you, he sees the tweets.
Well, can you tell the people who followed you on Twitter this week?
Shout out Mark Shapiro's son, Johnny Junta Ryder, a follower of mine, a good friend of mine now. I never texted him obviously, but it just knows we're on the. That means we're on the radar. And I look to see who else he follows. Like, oh, am I just like getting passed around here, getting the riot act? It's literally just me, like in the Blue Jays podcast space. So he knows
Yeah.
where the alliances are. He knows how to get on our good side. So I will never bad talk Mark Shapiro again. I don't think I actually have, to be honest, because his essential job was to do the renovations, and they're awesome. But let's talk about Avery Section 328.
Why is it called
Club 328?
Why is it called that?
I have no idea. Oh, or it's Club 128. I think it's called. It's in Section 128.
Okay, yeah. When you said three, it's like it's on the field. That makes
yeah.
no
It's Club
sense at all.
128. So essentially, what it is for I don't know if people saw like I posted the TikTok has like 30,000 views or whatever explaining it. It's a section at the Rogers Center under the first base side, like first base side seats.
It's like the right field wall, pretty much.
Yeah, the right field wall. And essentially what it is because I don't think I explained it well enough. It's $2,000 you pay. You get access to 20 games with seats in the 100 level. So they give you seats in the 100 level, but you also have a wristband, and you can go into this club, order drinks, food. By the way, not paid for, which is a little bit crazy that they're not paid for. But you go into there. Obviously, all that's paid for. Like you get the 20 games, whatever. You get the tickets are all paid for. You get the wristband. But where are you at with this, Avery? Because I don't think I give a fuck about this. Like the one behind home plate is cool.
Yes.
Right? Like behind home plate is awesome. Like it's the lounge is sick. It's like you feel like you're rich as shit when you're there. You don't have to buy 20 game package to sit there. Where are you at with this one?
I don't know how much we're gonna sit there once probably to do a video. Maybe I don't even know if it's that cool. It's just exclusive.
Yeah.
When you go to some places, it's like when we were at Wrigley. The club behind the plate was awesome. Like the special times you get to do that. If you have the money to do it all the time, good for you. I don't. We don't.
And I just don't care for it.
We have we don't have a single fucking sponsor. We don't have the money to be doing that.
Well, things are coming.
No, I don't care anymore, honestly. Like I like how our field looks.
I just like watching the game from a seat, maybe, like I talked about this and I mentioned it again. This is just an old head Johnny take. The more I went up to the Corona rooftop, the more I fucking hated it. It's like, what the fuck is this? You have no idea what is happening in front of you.
No, you don't. My girlfriend likes the Corona rooftop patio when she goes with her friends.
Yeah.
That's the people who like it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. Right?
my girlfriend's not going to care about the 2-2 pitch with runners on second and third and 2 outs. She'll clap for the home runs, but it's just like it's to get people in the building. But again, doesn't feel like you're at the game at all.
No.
And that's okay. No. So we are baseball fans first and foremost. So I like sitting in my seat and watching. And
by the way, shout out to our guy, Chris Churchill. I'm wearing his hoodie. Hunting Birdies. Follow them on Instagram. This guy's helped us out a fuck ton throughout the years. Chris is the absolute man. So follow Hunting Birdies on socials. His clothing brand. I have Avery's here. I'll bring it to you on Monday. But
I played in a men's league hockey tournament this weekend. We played 5 games.
That's crazy.
In 3 days.
That's elder abuse.
I have a game tonight at 9:45. My regular season hockey game. My back and my body haven't felt this bad in a long time.
That's elder abuse.
With the 3 Roach brothers were on the team, and my God, are they just the craziest group of siblings that I've ever met. Hilarious guy. Jer meets these Finnish girls night 1, invites them to our game. Right before the game, he texted them, game's canceled. We went out and played and won like 10-1. Just a classic, funny Jeremy Roach just doing
Were they good looking?
I didn't see that. I didn't go to the bar night 1. I was being responsible this year. And we went out night 2. I did the move where we bought a full case of beer. We got into the bar. Jer and I split it. We had like 15 of us. Just full case of beer. And that's
crazy work.
It's so I think it might be my move from now on. Just give me the full case of bottles. I'll put it on my table, and the boys can just drink from
That's
that.
that's kind of nails. I don't know if some bars will do that though.
Oh yeah, London's a crazy. Oh my, it's a
It's
crazy.
it is it
The
is. My
homeless
stepdad
people
lives there.
are active there. It's a lot different than Toronto. We were hearing noises, yelling and screaming.
They're
It is.
scary.
It's a crazy place,
That I
man.
mean, that'll be Ross Atkins soon. He'll be yelling about fucking Myles Straw
Yeah,
in the
he'll be
streets of
staying at
London.
extended stay London. He doesn't want to be there, but that's where we stayed beside. It was a
He'll be
crazy.
yelling about
I saw a
Myles
gate
Straw.
14. I saw a gate 14 listener at the I was leaving. It was like 12:30. That was responsible too. And he's like, "Oh, gate 14, save." And I was like, "Oh, hey, buddy." It's like, "I just got to go now. I'm sorry." Like, I would really like to talk. If he listens to this, I'm sorry. I should have talked to you for a while, but I was just like, "I'm just going to go home. I'm sorry." But
Yeah,
yeah, that was the weekend drinking and then playing sports. I'm 27. We're 27. It's not good for you
it's
anymore.
tough.
It's
You
very
got
hard.
you got to get the body into it. Your body's got to be used to it. Yesterday, me and Alto went to Fox on John, which is near. Oh, never mind. And I will say, man, that vodka soda tower had me in by 7:30. I was blackout. I didn't realize like 88 ounces, 88 goddamn ounces between two people. Like me and Alto dummied it, and it was like 7:30, and I was like, "Oh my god, Alto! Like I am on another, I'm on another solar system right now." And then we went to St. John's Tavern after, which was pretty cool. But yeah, just watching football with your buddies while also being drunk is awesome. Like watching sports. Okay, I'll say that. Watching sports.
Yeah.
Lions with an all-time just clusterfuck meltdown. You hate to see it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny,
Um,
but
but yeah, I think you said they're going to the Super Bowl on this podcast. Actually, this
no, I
exact.
did. I thought so. That was a decent time ago. Defense does not hold up for them
No,
at all. 45 points it was. Yeah, great watching football. TikTok is in the USA full of scammers. What
well, it's
what a
back.
yeah, what a hilarious. Well, the tweets I saw of people complaining that TikTok was down. I'm starting to get to this point in my life where I kind of want it to be down.
I'm at the point where it was like I saw people legitimately crying that TikTok was gone. And then it was back in 2 hours. Like we knew it was going to be back. Like they just weren't going to take away TikTok.
Yeah. If someone could put in the comments some things they do to relax on the weekends, I need to tap into that a little bit more.
Reading.
That's a good one. That is good. I am the worst relaxer of all time because whenever I want to relax, I'm just hungover, and it's no good. Maybe I
Fair
should stop
point.
drink. Maybe we should stop drinking.
That's really the only time I relax.
Yes,
Is like
when I'm forced to because my body
yeah,
feels like absolute shit.
yes. But I guess we can go into some listener questions because hopefully, like I said, stay tuned. Could be doing another podcast some point this week.
I
So
hope so.
yeah,
That'd be very good.
I'm fairly confident we will be doing one, but we'll
Okay.
see. I'm not gonna jinx it or anything. What do we got?
JR asked if I talked about my weekend. I did do that, JR. I was very close to St. Thomas. The London area is crazy. London's too big, too.
It is big.
God, some of the worst. Just got to drive everywhere. As fans first, what left do we have to look for in this team in front office?
The summer, man. Like
Winning games.
shock in the world. Let's go sweep the Orioles opening weekend. Why not?
Yep.
Fuck around.
I don't know what this guy's name is. Prithvi. Sorry if I said that wrong. What do you think of my Jays offseason plan? Extend Vladdy, give Pete Alonso short deal, high AAV, sign Spencer Turnbull, trade for someone who you think is realistic with the farm you have. And that's fine.
That's
Turnbull
fine.
didn't he have shoulder surgery?
Yeah.
I don't know how healthy he is, honestly. I haven't really looked at Spencer Turnbull,
Me
how he's
neither.
doing his rehab. Also was the Bryce Harper thing real? Did he call you?
Bryson did with him. Like he was like just there.
That's a tough one to do.
Yeah.
From Liz, any intel as to the culture in the club? Not so much between the players.
Everything I've heard is everyone loves each other. It's like Jackie Moon, ELE. And I mean, we know majority of the team, like they're all great guys. Like
No, I'm saying she asked the employees of Blue, like who work with Atkins and Shapiro.
I have no idea, man.
I've never heard anything from them. I think they don't want us to know. Like even they wouldn't want Johnny and I knowing
Now,
about any of that.
a lot of them follow us on social media. So like that
So
was
that means they're good.
yeah, that means they're good. If you follow me, you're automatically I like you. So
Keep Yariel in the rotation and acquire a good reliever, or move Yariel to the pen and acquire, he said, Quintana. But I think you'd put Scherzer in that realm, and I'm personally putting Lance Lynn in there as well.
do you like Scherzer over Quintana?
Um, I just I was the Quintana like slow kind of pitcher. I think Scherzer would be cool.
It would be cool to see Max Scherzer as a Blue Jay. I'll
I
say
can
it.
tell you I haven't looked into any numbers as to where I'd put them in my hierarchy. Maybe I can do that for next week. But I do think Scherzer would be cooler than Quintana. Which one of Barger, Loperfido, Clase gets the most playing time next year?
I don't think Clase sniffing the goddamn field.
I don't think so either.
Like that dude just rot in AAA and be the seventh outfielder, man. It sounds fucked, Avery. I just don't see a world Emmanuel Clase.
Nope.
Like, or not Emmanuel, sorry. Fuck. I don't know why I said that.
Jonathan.
I'm not a big Clase. I don't like just he's like the seventh on the depth chart.
Yeah, it's
Like Myles Straw might be fucking ahead of him at this point. The amount of money you're paying Myles Straw.
yeah, Clase, he proved that he could hit decently well in the minors last year. Let's just look at some of these splits. AAA, he's 113 guy, weighted runs created plus, and then he went to Toronto and he was 67 weighted runs created plus. His numbers are up and down everywhere. I'm not really looking at sample size right now, but yeah, they're up and down forever. I think he just needs to be more consistent. That's what Clase needs a year to do. And if he breaks out in Buffalo, perfect. Come on up and see what you can do. But if I had to do Barger, Loperfido, Clase, I'd go Loperfido 1, probably.
Yeah.
I think he has a immediate path to playing time opening day.
Yes.
If he has a good spring,
I think a good spring solidifies him as opening day center fielder.
I'd say the same thing too.
Yeah.
And Barger is a little further path to playing time. I think right now they'd have Ernie over him at third base. But again, some more consistency for Barger would be very great. What are the chances of the Jays using the extra international bonus allocation on who? I have no
They haven't
clue,
signed one guy.
which isn't great. So hopefully that
And that
comes.
money doesn't carry over, I don't think, right?
No, I don't believe so. I'm not an expert in bonus allocation. If I needed to know that, talk DM BK on Twitter. He will be able to help you out if you really want to figure that out. But I don't know those players at all. I watch college baseball. So whenever we can talk, I don't watch the high school kids play, and I don't really know the international free agents very well at all. So if we want to talk college, I have a little bit of a chance to watch them with my own eyes. All the other guys, I don't.
Fair.
From Dom, what do we see more of in 2025? Johnny's second dates or Blue Jays' notable free agent signings?
I think listen, I'm Johnny's second dates. Don't let me get hot this year. 2025. Obviously, it makes way more sense in the summer than going out on dates in the fucking freezing cold.
Well, I would say going out in the winter is the perfect time. You know, they don't have other plans.
Yeah, but summer kind of rocks though.
Summer does rock.
Like you can do way more activities.
True.
Yeah.
True. You can only do so many first date drinks, right?
Yeah, and dinner and stuff.
I believe Santander is not enough to salvage this offseason. What else would the Jays need to accomplish for fans to be happy and excited for the season? This was the question I talked about earlier. Actually, I did not even answer his question. But I think winning cures all. Winning cures all.
Yes.
So as long as you can do that, they'll be fine. Do you think?
Well, Avery, let me say this. Santander doesn't make this team worse. So I don't know how you could say it's not going to salvage jobs. It makes this team significantly better. You're getting a guy that's going to auto hit 30 home runs.
Yeah.
Auto.
If he's healthy, he's hitting 30 home runs.
He wakes up and he hits 30 fucking home runs. The dude hit 44 last year. You add 44 home runs. I saw a tweet about this, by the way. This is why Anthony Santander makes a difference. Yeah, add the Anthony Santander home runs to the Blue Jays last year. I believe they're top 10 in home runs in baseball.
Okay. That's what people want. They want fun baseball too.
Like you want home runs. Do you remember how fucking awesome it was? Again, not to lose your post about 2021. Do you remember when this team led baseball in home runs? We're just setting records. Every game it was like, oh my God, there's gonna be 50 home runs this game.
That's why I'm thinking the Pete Alonso Santander thing. As much as I think Pete Alonso maybe a little cringy, boy, can that white boy swing a bat and hit a ball far. Yeah, I would love to see them do it. Like, fuck defense. Put Vlad at third, Pete Alonso at first, and have Santander DH.
Oh, that would be boppers
Yeah,
in the lineup.
We might set the world record for strikeouts, but who
Give
cares?
Alonso 1 year, 100 million. I don't give a shit. This dude wants a high AAV solo deal. Just give the dude as much as you can.
Yeah.
Again, I fucking hate the guy. Seems like a terrible, like just an annoying fucking guy to have on your side. But probably a really nice guy. Does tons of stuff for the Humane Society, which is what I did see. But God, I just the antics, the deadlifts pregame, the fucking like the.
I can put up with that to win. To win the division, to win playoff games.
So would you say this would be Ross Atkins' best off season if he gets an Alonso and a Santander?
Let's just see how many games they win. I'm not there to like give him his flowers if he signs people. You got to craft the team and they got to be able to win, and that's where he is.
Yeah.
Would you ever see the Jays as an organization give out a captain status to one of its players like Judge, Veritek,
Vladdy,
Salvador Perez?
Oh, that's how you win the fans back, I think, Gabe.
I think it's like in
you
his
extend
contract.
Vladdy, give him the C?
Yeah. That's the only one I would think of at this point, too. Okay. There's some more here. Should we ban all Japanese restaurants from Canada?
Sushi would be I got a question.
Sushi would be okay since it's Chinese, though.
What's the Japanese problem with us? Why do these players hate us? You had Yusei talking glowingly about how much we love them. You got Munenori Kawasaki, who in my mind is one of my favorite Blue Jays ever because the dude was an auto clip of just electricity.
Yep.
What the fuck is their problem with us? That's what I want to know.
I put the flag up out of respect. It's a country that's big on respect, and I'm not ready to bash the country of Japan. So
come on, man.
If they want to disrespect us, I'm not stooping that low.
Yeah.
Are we Jaden Daniels truthers?
Yes, the truth.
He's really cool. How long is the inseam on Ross's shorts when he was on the boat?
I think he's going 8.
Oh, I thought he was like 5. I thought he was hiking him up.
Oh, he's up.
No, I was hoping he was hiking him up, get some sun on those legs.
Okay.
He's not leaving the office a lot. What do you think the Bo Bichette contract would look like in free agency?
We're not contract guys, man.
No, just go off Willie Adames, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the exact same thing.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah.
From Mr. Baby, favorite Toronto Star writer?
Greg.
Who the fuck is Greg?
Is that his name? He DM'd me. Greg Chisholm or
Gregor Chisholm.
Gregor Chisholm. He's my favorite Toronto Star writer.
Okay, is there a second place?
No, I can't really think of any, actually.
If Vladdy doesn't get extended prior to the 2025 season, how confident are we that we will retain him?
BK made a great point, and this is a great point from BK in terms of the Vladdy extension. If I'm Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the offer can only go up. Like, the Jays offer you this. If you truly want to stay here and you think they offered you enough money before the season, you sign. But why not just test out the waters and see how much you can get? Yeah. It's kind of just bad business, especially with teams just throwing money around like they're throwing money around right now. It doesn't really make sense if I'm Vladdy to sign before the season and not elect free agency, unless you truly love the Toronto Blue Jays. If Vladdy signs here and does not elect free agency, I do not see a world where he's not one of the most loved Toronto Blue Jays of all time.
Would be insane.
I really don't see it because he's essentially saying, I don't give a fuck about the extra 100 million I could be getting or 50 million I could be getting. I truly want to be a Toronto Blue Jay. That's the only way. And that's why you give him the C.
Yes, give him the C and like a big ass C, not the small one like Salvi has.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews, Toronto Maple Leafs C. Just take it from their jersey
Give
and
him a
put it on.
C. We should photo edit a massive C on Vladdy's thing.
Yes, and if someone can send that to me, I will post it. I'll post that
Like
on
I want like
Instagram.
an obscure, like it almost hits the Blue Jays lettering.
Okay, I don't want it that big. Send me two of them. Send me one that actually looks good so we can post it
Yeah.
on our socials. Like, should Vladdy be named captain if he resigns? I think
Yeah.
people will comment on that. Um, and give one to Johnny that's way too big.
Yeah.
And we will both
I'm
give him.
all in on Vladdy. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. He is just can't do no wrong in my eyes right now.
Um, realistically speaking, will the Jays ever make me happy again?
Yes, when they win 92 games this year.
Oh, that would be awesome. Um, Yeah. Is there anything you can do for Ross to save face at this point? This is the question I was answering, not the other guys. I
Yeah.
knew I didn't just make it up. And I said winning. Johnny discussed giving all of his Twitter followers kisses. Will that be happening?
Well, I can't kiss 14,000 people, by the way. Shout out 14,000. It
Goaded.
seems as if when heartbreak happens, I gain a shit ton of followers.
Yes.
The Sasaki thing helped it, probably. But yeah, like fuck you, Roki. Like you're a bum. Like you're in Otani waters, and me. You run from the ground. I saw Coley Mick talking about it. Like the dude's like just a little. He's a little cock. Like he goes wherever Daddy tells him to go. That's
So
where he goes.
my friend Satsuki, my roommate who was here, he said Johnny's gonna hate every Japanese person ever. He
Well,
texted me that.
I'm not gonna let Roki affect my thought process, my opinion on Japanese people, but it is skewed a little bit after what Roki did this weekend. I will say.
Honest opinion on what the Dodgers are doing. Are they ruining baseball? I have one thing to say here.
I don't think so.
They're just offering the most money.
Yeah, it's like if you want the player, overpay for him.
Yes.
Like, because obviously you're competing with a very, very good organization. That's already one reason to go there. And number two, it's like offer more money. Stop being a cheap fuck. Like
Yeah.
the Cubs owner who said he's fine with breaking even every year.
Yeah, that's it. Imagine.
Oh my god,
we
I don't
had
even
that.
want to think about if Ted Rogers said that.
Will Hate 14 be making a return for 2025?
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we expect the Jays to call up Orelvis Martinez from AAA to the MLB or let him? I don't know what that question's specifically asking. I know there's words in that question. Do we think Orelvis is making the team out of camp? I'm going to change the question.
No.
I would say no too, but he's going to go nuclear in the first month, and he is going to warrant being called up. I don't know what happened with him.
Whoa. Breaking news here from Ben Nicholson. Bo Bichette, Dalton Varsho, and Chad Green came to Toronto with Sasaki to show him around.
Oh my God. Imagine.
No, whoa. This is the worst group of humans.
I know. What the fuck?
Dalton Varsho doesn't speak. Chad Green is a mute. We went out for drinks with him. Bo Bichette is like obviously reserved. You couldn't have picked a better trio to go with you
Dude, imagine Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Shohei Ohtani talking to you, and then that trio. That might be the worst trio ever.
I'm tweeting that right now. A worst trio to show Roki Sasaki around.
Oh my God, that is very funny trio.
I don't think these three players have accumulated 200 words spoken in a season.
I think I got a tweet about it too right after. Okay, what should the next Rogers Center renovation be?
You know what? I'm kind of turning around on the cut corner. I was gonna say take away the cut corner. By the way, that vlog this year of us sitting in the cut corner is gonna do numbers. We need to find the exact seat and the exact section. But man, I don't really know, man. I think this is how you fix the Blue Jays. Bring the fucking car back in center field.
Oh yeah.
Remember, hit the car. Someone in the crowd gets a free car. I'm in on that. That rocked. Bring the car back to center field. Like the home run car. It was like a Honda Civic or something. There was probably a shit ton of clauses and things in the fine print about that car. But you know what? Bring the car back, bro.
Oh, little Scarlet cameo.
If your head's on the pod, I don't know what she's doing. Um, but yeah, that's
Rank
how you.
rank which sports have the coolest players: football, baseball, basketball, and golf. Golf, dead last.
Dead last.
Baseball has some really cool players. I think basketball players are like the coolest.
Yeah,
I think when I think cool players, I just think Tatis pretty much. Just I think he's a
like
very
Harper's pretty cool, pretty
yeah.
good style.
So I'll go basketball, baseball, football, golf.
I would even put hockey up there. They have great style. They're just guys you want to get after it with.
I wouldn't do that. I don't think they're that cool. I think they'd be cool guys to hang out with,
Yeah.
but I
Oh,
don't
you're
think.
talking about like clout. Yeah.
I think that's what
Yeah.
he is talking about.
I think basketball is obviously one. Like,
Best
I think
bar.
this is the craziest thing about basketball. Like, if you want to talk about in terms of European soccer, which is the biggest sport in the world, obviously, those European soccer players go absolutely stir crazy when they see LeBron. They go absolutely stir crazy when they see Steph Curry. That should be the gauge for you on cool sports, in my opinion.
I like that. I just had a question. Best bar in Toronto 2025 edition. My personal choice is PJ O'Brien. I'm all in.
O'Brien?
PJOs. Everyone is always asking you guys about the game, but no one ever asks how we are. How are we?
You know, I could do better if our team starts making some moves here. I like this is the thing. My entire mood forever relies on the Toronto Blue Jays. Like when I thought in my mind we had Sasaki after the Myles Straw thing, you could have told me like I'm gonna kill you, and I'd have been like, thank you. Like I'm happy, like I'm content. My entire mood in my life is determined by the Toronto Blue Jays. Do I have to break that down to my therapist? Probably it's not a good thing.
That is not healthy.
It's not healthy, but it is true. My entire happiness in my life is based off of what happens with Toronto Blue Jays. Terrible, to be honest with you. Maybe
Brutal.
why this podcast is so big, but that is a pretty normal thing in my life is that the Jays affect my entire happiness.
Okay. I think we're good here. There's a lot of questions here. I'm sorry we couldn't get to them all.
Okay, here's a good question. Someone just brought this up. Who are the three guys you would have had waiting for Sasaki in Toronto to show him the city? I'll go first. Bassett, Vladdy, Kirk.
I would have put Kirk there too. Kirk would have made Bassett probably isn't on my list.
But Bassett's like a guy's guy, though. All the guys love Bassett.
For sure. I probably wouldn't. I would just do like all Barrios I would put there before Bassett.
Really?
All the international guys. Oh, the city's so great. They made me feel so welcome.
Fair. That's a good point.
Yeah. I don't think I would have had any American players.
So
there.
who would you go? Like I said, I go on Bassett, Vladdy, Kirk.
I would go Barrios, Vladdy, Kirk.
I just like Kirk is just God. If he wasn't such a terrible ass base runner and doesn't hit home runs, I would love him to bits. But
I
he's
do,
a little guy.
and I'm fine with that.
He's a little guy. What's the next one you got, Dave?
Nothing. We're done. We're done. Yeah.
We're done. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, we wanted to announce this. If you want to come to spring training with us, we didn't talk about this.
We didn't talk about this.
We are looking for a video guy, a guy that has an actual good camera that is going to be able to follow us around spring training. You have to be above 21 years of age. That's the thing. I want to film the bars, going to the casino, all that type of stuff. I want that filmed. So if you are above the age of 21 and you know how to work a camera that we could do the podcasts with, obviously we have the audio equipment. That's fine. And you're good with it, email gate14podcast@gmail.com. Your submission. We'll be doing hopefully like Zoom type of interviews during the week, kind of just talk to you, see if we vibe with you and stuff like that. And if we don't find anyone, we'll just take Judah.
Yeah, Judah rocks.
Judah rocks. The tough thing is he's 19.
Yes.
That's the only tough thing.
We'll pay for your flight and where you're staying. We have no money. So
we'll pay for your flight. Yeah, sorry.
Pay your flight and
you'll get
and
a free flip. You get a free trip to Florida.
Yes, exactly. We have
and
no
a
money.
Free house.
We have no sponsors. So
yes,
that's all. And the job would be to film the vlog, pretty much.
That's it. Yeah, just film everything. Film our every move.
Yep.
Games, dinners.
Yeah,
that's an element we're missing because obviously a lot of times Avery's behind the camera. So I kind of want everyone to always just be on camera.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it would make my trip better. We could do some more stuff, but yeah, no problem. So send the submissions in, DM me if you don't want to email, but do the email at least, and
Yeah.
we'll check some things out.
Yeah. Anyways, like I said, I'm under the belief something's going to happen this week. We'll talk to you guys at some point this week when it does happen. Gate 14 forever. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment review. We are 5 weeks away from the Gate 14 spring training trip, folks. 5 weeks. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever. Let's have ourselves another week. We are one step closer to baseball and to Blue Jays baseball. Love you guys.